Okay, one more thing before we move to the back. I just want to take this piece right here, and we've still got a solidify modifier on this, so I can take this one edge and move it back. And I think I just want to move it back kind of inside the back of the tire here. And then go ahead and apply this solidify modifier, and then I just want to extrude it up just to connect it to that other piece. So just going to insert an edge loop right around in here, something like this, and then just grab that one face there and extrude it up and just connect it right there. And then I can delete it, X, and delete faces. There we go. So that just closes that up some. All right. Now for the back, let's take another look at the reference images here. I'll go ahead and open that up. I've added a few because we're going to work on the gun pretty soon. At least I'm staying optimistic that we're going to finish this up sooner or later. Let's take a look at the back. Let's say this one here. Now, there is a whole lot going on with all this tubing, and I don't think we're going to be able to do all of this. If we can work on just adding enough of this here to fill in, I think we'll be okay. Adding this kind of tubing, I think, would just be committing to too many polygons for the project. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But we've got these pieces here, and also let's go back to the back view with Control 1, and let's hit the Z key, and let's take a look at this. So it's kind of hard to see this piece here, but I think this is it right there. And we have one over here. We have a flat panel on the bottom the way we do in the front, and we may be able to pull this axle back. The problem is, where's that spring? I think the spring is here, right there, but we also have these other cylinders here, these other kind of shock absorbers here. So once again, we aren't going to go for all of this detail. We're going to go for some and just enough to fill in so it doesn't look empty underneath. But that's a tall order with all of this going on. Trying to figure out what we need and what we don't need can be a little difficult. So what let's do first of all is let's bring some of the things that we've created on the front back to the back. So I think what I want to do is grab this and the shock absorbers. Let's at least try and pull these back and see if we can use them in the back here. So I'll go to wireframe, and let's go ahead and press Shift D and Y, and let's move this back here. Let's try and get this in place. I'll hit G and Y, and let's kind of move it until we get it right about here. Let's spin it around and go and look at it from the back here and see how we're doing. Is that pretty good? That looks pretty good, actually. Okay. So now we need to create, I think, this piece here. Let's do that. And then we'll create some of these cross pieces as well. So for this, let's go ahead and go back to that back view. And let's just create a cube and fit it right in here, insert some edge loops, and then extrude up and over. So I'll press Shift A and Mesh and Cube. It's a little big, so let's go ahead and scale it down. And I'll hit G, and I'm going to move it right over here like this, and kind of put it right in place, maybe right here, like that. And then if we tab into edit mode, and we can maybe move this over to here. And then if I hit the 1 key and select these vertices, maybe we can kind of bring that over like that. Now let's grab this and bring it down, because it looks like it begins its split off right there. So maybe that's where I need to have those points be, right in here, let's say. Now let's insert two, or actually just one edge loop, I think would probably be fine right here. And now we've got these two faces that we can begin extruding up. Let's go grab that and bring it forward, or bring it back, I should say, to the back of the vehicle. Let's make this a little bit narrower with S and Y. because I think it looks like it's narrower there. And then let's go ahead and put it right. Well, it looks like it's on this side of the axle now, doesn't it? Now, how far in front? Oh, is anybody's guess, but we can begin right here, I guess. So let's grab this face, and I'll begin extruding this up. So really, we could just hit E and go straight up into here, I think. And then this face here, I think we could probably hit E and click and hit G and kind of move that up like this. Let's try this. All right, let's see how that looks. So something like that. Yeah, we've got this. Now, it looks like it kind of fills in the center there, doesn't it? So we could go ahead and insert a few edge loops and connect those up. Like we could insert an edge loop here and here, and maybe another one or two, actually. We could insert two edge loops up here and grab this one and move it down to about there, and we could insert two edge loops here. And let me grab this one and hit the G key 2 times to slide it. Like this. And like this. All right. And then what we could do is we could go ahead and take this face and press Control E and bridge edge loops here. And then we could also do that same thing up here. Oh, it looks like I didn't bring this part of the edge back down when I grabbed it. I didn't press Alt-click well enough. Let's select this. Oh no, this one and this one. Press Control E and bridge edge loops there. So we've got just that kind of basic shape with the V shape and the holes in it there. So let's take that over to the other side. I'll take the origin to the 3D cursor in the center there, and let's go ahead and mirror it over. There we go. We've got that. Let's also create, looks like it's got a plate on the bottom the same way we did in the front, although I don't know that we need a lip on it. Let's just create a cube then. Cube, let's scale it down, hit the Z key, and let's make it pretty thin there. And let's bring this back and put this in place. So it looks like maybe right about here. And let's S and X, scale it in. Let's scale that into about right there as well. All right, so then let's move that back right about there. And we don't really know how far back this is going to need to be at this point in time. I can at least bring it forward to about here for now. We don't know how we're going to connect these things up yet. All right, it looks like there are a couple of crossbars here. Let's see how that looks from the back view here. So it looks like we've got crossbars going, connecting these pieces. Let's just go ahead and add a cylinder. So maybe I'll take this down to, I don't know, let's take it down to 12. And I'll scale it down quite a bit. Scale it in the Z with S and Z. Let's spin it around the Y, RY90. And let's bring this up and put it kind of in place up here. Looks like it needs to be a little smaller, so we'll kind of do that. And then I want to keep it that width, but I want to scale it in the Z and the Y, so S, Shift, X. And that'll turn off the X axis while we scale. So there we go. And let's duplicate it and move it up to here. And we lost the cylinders in there. Let me go grab those. Here they are. There we go. Let's bring them back. And let's just put these right in here, let's say. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we should smooth them. There we go. Okay, so we have a couple of pieces in place now in the back. It's looking pretty good, but I think we're going to need more. I think there's going to be more that we're going to need with these cylinders here. And if we go to the back view, we can take a look. There's this here. And I think that's probably the transmission, but it's hard to tell. But either way, we're going to need to get something in there. So we'll work on that in the next video.